Good morning, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live. It's episode 120. It's legitly, it's probably more episodes than that. I'm not gonna hold you. And I had to start somewhere, and I thought I started at 100, even though I probably should have started at probably 150. We got a lot of these shows under the belt, you guys. Thanks for joining me. This is a beautiful day in Philadelphia here on this July 14th. Good day for tech. Good day for tech news. Samsung has their Unpacked event going on, so we may pop in on that to see what's going on with them. How's it going in your part of the world, wherever you are? Thank you for joining me. I hope you're enjoying some sun like we are here in Philadelphia. I really do. I hope you're enjoying yourself like they are in France today. In France, it's Bastille Day. They're partying like it's the 4th of July out here. So I hope you're having a good day like they are in France. Shout out to all the chat crew that's here already. Shout out to the chat that's here already. Shout out to the members that are here already. If you are here and you're liking, let's throw a like in there right off the top. For the crew, just throw a like out there. Let's get this thing going. What else we got here? Happy World Chimpanzee Day. Bringing awareness to chimpanzees. I don't recall. I don't think on the evolutionary rim, like chimpanzees, we're involved with chimps. I think we're more of the, it was chimps. I was about to say orangutans, but no, it was the chimps. It definitely was the chimps. And like I mentioned, it's a Samsung Unpacked. So those things are happening today. It's something to be excited about. I'm looking forward to the fold information. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. What else we got here? Promos. Thank you to the members, like I said before. Thank you to the subscribers. Thank you to the watchers. Thank you to people who are first and last time viewers. Thank you as well. I appreciate you. Get the air horns going for the first and last time. If I can get the air horns. There we go. We got them. Let's get to the news, shall we? I'm trying to do an hour-long show today. I'm trying to keep these rants about text in the morning to an hour so we can just get the news, get it out, and get some conversation going and get back. Also, I'm trying to get the Discord worked in with the live show as well. So I'm still working on that. We'll get that going sometime this week when I solidify how that's going to work into the show and get the audio right. I'm terrible with the audio. Are we good today? I think we're good today. Let's get right into the tech stories here. Oh boy, where are they at? Where did they go? All right, so Apple, new iPhone data released. So let's talk about that for a little bit. Apple released or is talking about releasing their new iPhone. And this is not Apple actually talking about it. This is Mark Gurman from, what do we got here? This is Mark Gurman from Bloomberg. Mark Gurman is pretty good with his information about iPhones, especially new iPhone information, when they're releasing, when they're launching, what the specs are going to be. pricing and all that good stuff. If you are into keeping up with what Apple does with their releases, Mark Gurman is the place to get your leaks from. And according to Mark Gurman, we should see new iPhones. We're talking about the iPhone 17 at this point. We should see new iPhones the week of September 8th. So that's what they're predicting. And to give that a little more context, Apple never releases devices on a Friday. So that's something that we won't see. If we're talking about the week of the 8th, it won't be that Friday, which would be the 12th. It won't be the Thursday of that week because that's 9/11. They never release products on 9/11 either. So that leaves the 8th, 9th, and the 10th, which is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. My bet is on Tuesday. I think that's what everyone else's bet is. This article talks about it here from Forbes, about how Mark Gurman believes that it's going to be on Tuesday, which would be the 9th. So 9/9. That seems perfect. I think that's exactly what Apple's going to do. They'll be probably making these announcements and their keynotes on 9/9. So look forward to that if you're looking into or looking forward to new iPhone stuff. Along with this iPhone stuff, we have AirTag 2 information also from Mark Gurman. They supposedly have improved range. Let's go ahead and get to this. They're supposedly going to have improved range. This is coming from 9 to 5 Mac, which is enabled by ultra broadband chip. It's going to have triple the range for precise finding that the actual current AirTags have today. I'm not sure how big AirTags are with you guys out there, but for me, AirTags are awesome. They really do a really good job of tracking things down. Now, they were the best option for me when I was looking into device trackers, because once you lose a bag full of camera gear one time, you'll never do it again. You're going to find ways not for that to happen. So I thought I lost thousands of dollars of camera gear once. And I wasn't even an iPhone owner, but I made a point to get an iPhone just to use AirTags because from my research at that time, they were the most convenient. That was about 4 or 5 years ago now. And I think this technology has gotten a lot better than what it used to be. So if you are into device trackers, I don't think the AirTags are the top dog anymore on the market. There's lots of options right now. I think Google's making their own. There's one called Chipotle. Who else has these tags? There's some wallet size tags too. I forgot who makes those. Let's take a look at those real quick, because I know there's lots of options. For Android. Chipotle, there we go. Not Chipotle. Chipotle has their brand of trackers, which are actually pretty good. I've tried theirs and they do work pretty good. Tile, there we go. Tile was the other one that I was thinking about, whether it's a wallet-sized tracker that you can put in your wallet so you can track your wallet in case you ever lose it. I used that for a while. It worked good. It just doesn't find things. It only works if your things are right near you, and it'll tell you the last time it tracked you, like where you lost it at, but it's not going to tell you where the device is currently. So that was one of my biggest gripes about device trackers at the time, and that's a problem that the Apple AirTags solved for me, and I put those in every piece of tech and kit that I had so far. Let's go to chats. Dave says, I use them for car keys and my wallet. Yeah, absolutely. I had one on my car keys. I had the Tile in my wallet, and because the AirTag was kind of too bulky for the wallet, so I bought the Tile for that. But I made sure I put them in everything. I have one tucked inside of my One Wheels. I have them in all my camera bags. I just started putting them in every bag, actually, just so I'll know where things are. Morning, The Rock. Thanks for joining us. I just started putting AirTags in basically everything. So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not sure if they're still the top dog on the market as far as tracking your gear, but they do a nice job. And with this update that's coming supposedly this fall, the new AirTags are going to be even that much better. The Rock says, I have a Samsung tag for tracking on my e-bike. Absolutely. Yeah, it's same here. Well, my One Wheel is kind of like it's a E device. So I put one in there in case anyone tried to steal it. I mean, if you try to run away with a one wheel, you're not getting far. But just in case, you never know what could happen. But yeah, so very interesting stuff here. They're just keeping a good product good, right? So let's see what else we got here. New wireless chip. So the new wireless chip should be more precise as well, and deeper focus on privacy. So if you have ever used these tracker devices, then you pretty much know, that people can use them for nefarious reasons, right? The trackers quickly went from things that were helpful to things that people had to be concerned about, because people started tracking people with these tracking devices. They started secretly putting these devices in compartments or purses or on someone's person so they could track the person. So it became a tool for nefarious reasons for a while there, but it quickly, I think maybe not quickly, but it was relatively quickly plugged up by Apple and Google, because Google started working with Apple on ways to notify people if they have an air tracker or AirTag in their vicinity that's been traveling with them, right? So software came out to kind of combat that kind of stuff, and that made them a little more safe. From what I understand from this article, they are making them even more safe. They didn't go into specifics of how they were going to go about doing that. But I can just imagine they're just working with more phone carriers and phone manufacturers so that all of these companies have the protocols for the AirTags, and they can properly notify users or properly notify people that they have an AirTag or any kind of tracker that's tracking them. Sometimes they get false positives, but I'll take a false positive over not alerting me at all, right? So very interesting news there. Let's go on to some Google news, shall we? So the next story we got up here is Google Photos turning in. Whoa, no, not yet. We don't have that one yet. That's not the one. All right, the next one we got here is Google said it's going to be combining Chrome OS and Android. Let's take a look here. So Google is pulling an Apple kind of move. I mean, that happens in the tech industry, right? Apple does something, the industry follows in some sort of way. But literally, I feel like Apple's been trailing. Maybe it's just my AI bias that they've definitely been trailing in the AI race. But it feels like they've been trailing in a lot of areas, honestly. So, and that's not a position I'm used to seeing Apple in. But through any event, this is Google following in Apple's footsteps, and that they are trying to unite their operating systems, kind of like what Apple just did with their WWDC recently, where they talked to developers about how they're going to be combining all their operating systems into one operating system for all devices. So instead of getting iPad OS, it being different from your Apple Watch operating system, and that being different from your your experience on your Mac, right? So they're unifying that experience between all of their operating systems, bringing a lot of the features from the desktop to the mobile devices, and bringing a lot of the aesthetics from the mobile to the desktop. So that's kind of what Google is looking to get into here by combining Chrome OS and Android. So it looks like here the features are going to be for both platforms. So both platforms are going to get all of these combined features. They're going to be merging these things at some point. Chromebooks can run some Android apps now, of course, but that's going to be more widespread and more of a bigger thing when they do start to merge these things. Android will be getting a desktop mode a la Dex. So if you're familiar with Samsung devices, more importantly their tablet devices, they use a piece of software called Dex, which is basically their tablet desktop environment. It works very well. You can use it with files. You can use it it's kind of file based. You can use Windows in this particular bit of software called Dex as well. So actually, you know what we should do after we finish this story? We should check in on the unpack and see what's going on. But that's one of those things that that Google is kind of following in the footsteps. And I'm just not sure why they didn't do this a long time ago. Give Android a desktop environment. That just should have happened with their expertise and them owning all of the software and owning all of these operating systems. In the chat, David from Tablet Tech says, Apple Liquid Glass makes me feel like I need to rub the sleep out my eyes. To be honest with you, my take on the Liquid Glass is it's people are like, oh, well, not people, but Apple's like, it's new. It's like our new UI. It doesn't seem new to me. They just put more frost on the glass and gave it an edge that glimmers depending on the environment it's around. So the borders of the icons and the borders of the elements that are on the screen have a shimmer to them now. And there's more frost. Beyond that, I don't really, you're right, Dave. I don't really see the difference, and it's not very appealing. Not yet. I think where they want to go with this is it may be way more compelling than what it is right now. They're just not there yet. Again, Apple is definitely lagging in a lot of areas, and it's not just AI. I stopped buying iPhones because the UI just got boring, and I was like, what? They're not doing anything. They just gotta. And actually, this does go beyond AI, because if you look at the Apple, even the WWDC that I just mentioned, if you look at the features they talked about there, a lot of these features, AI or not, were just catch-up features. They were just catching up with the rest of the market. It was not a position I'm used to seeing Apple in again, but that's where we are. This was hinted at about a decade ago, according to The Verge here. I don't remember this being hinted at over that long ago, but according to The Verge, this also was hinted at 10 years ago, and it hasn't been done in a decade. So maybe we'll be talking about this in another decade. Who knows? Who knows? Alex, how's it going? Let's get the air horns for all the chat joining up here. I appreciate you guys coming here. Oh, is it here? Oh, what happened? Oh boy. Oh, there we go. Everyone's for the chat for being up this time of morning. Dex does rock, Dave. I agree. Whoa. Dex does rock, Dave. I agree. 100%. Dave also says, I'll reduce transparency and accessibility. Oh, wow. That's an option. I only have one iPhone over here, and it's an older iPhone, so I don't really do much with it. I usually only use it for specific reasons. But it is annoying. I will be adjusting that. I love Samsung DeX. I've been using it, this is Alex, for years, and it's so good. I use it on both my phone and my tab. I barely touch my computer for productivity. Whoa, that's impressive. I've always liked what Samsung does. Samsung always throws a lot at the wall and just kind of sees what sticks, and that's an approach a lot of people don't like, but I'm okay with that approach. I mean, it's similar to Google's approach, right? The only difference between Samsung and Google is that Samsung keeps a lot of their products around if they throw at the wall. Google will kill it for no reason. They will kill a project, not give you no warning. All your data's there. They don't care. But anyway, yeah, so Dex is awesome. I've really been enjoying. I used Dex when I had my my last Samsung tablet. I haven't had a Samsung tablet in about 2 years now. But I did like to use Dex though. Dex was awesome. All right, what else we got here? Let's go on to Google Photos turning images into video. Whoa, I've been using. All right, so Google using Google Photos, or feature in Google Photos to turn photos into video, and that's a feature that's going to be coming to. What happened here? Oh, there we go. All right, here we go. Google Photos to introduce feature that transform images into videos using AI. Now, this feature is going to be called Remix, as we can see here. It's in the actual version of Google Photos that's out right now, version 7.36. It's not enabled though. So this has been unearthed by some code diggers. these guys go through the APKs and they find code that's not being used or interesting bits of code that they can talk about. This was one of those tidbits of code that they found about while going through the APK. They have a wide range of features here. So it looks like you can use subtle movements, go wild, and I'm feeling lucky. And there's different variations and different degrees of movement you get to choose from. And I think that's what this is. These particular options down here are about. What else we got here? Expected launch in the new Pixel 10 with the new Pixel 10 in August. So that's the expected launch date that we're supposed to get this kind of feature from Google Photos. My opinion is no matter what phone you have, if you're not using Google Photos, you should be. It's free photo storage, like a lot of it. So, and it does some really cool stuff. So back when I was an iPhone user, I used Google Photos. If you like Apple Photos, fine. But Google Photos to me, it's free, and it's so much space, and it keeps you from like spending space on your device for like smaller videos, you know what I'm saying? And photos, like you can free up all of that, the space on your device. That's not, device space isn't such a big issue as it used to be when I was rocking the iPhone. So I guess that's not a really big thing as of yet. Oh boy. Yes, I guess not a really big thing anymore because of all the space you get on devices. But like when I was buying an iPhone, space was at a premium. And so I was trying to find every way I could to save some space. And getting this app, which would store my photos for free, at the original resolution, mind you. I think that may be a feature they have taken away from the free tier. That the full resolution picture saving may be something that you have to pay for now. But still in all, like who cares about full resolution anymore? You're just posting to Instagram. Stop it. You really don't care. All right, let's go on to the next thing we got here. We got Amazon, not Amazon yet. We got Meta acquires a voice startup, Play AI. And why do I think this is important? Where is Play AI at? Oh boy. Okay, I don't have that story up. So why I think this is important? Play AI being acquired by Meta. Now, we're going to take a look at this real quick. Why I think this is important, because it talks to where Meta is going with their software, right? Let's take a look here. Well, we don't want to see video of this. We do. All right, here we go. All right, so why I think this is important is because it kind of talks to where Meta is going with their AI, right? And the fact that they're putting money into replicating voices with AI, and so far as to buying a company that specifies in that. And from what I understand, they were the best at what they did with voices for AI, which makes sense for Meta to want to acquire them, right? But it speaks to where they're going with their AI and their AI tools. And I mean, we talked about AI podcasting Friday, right? And how I didn't think that I personally don't like how AI is giving opinions in podcasts. Like, yeah, I know I'm listening to an AI podcast, but I don't want the AI's opinion. Just give me the news or something. You know what I mean? The opinions are a bit too far, because to me, in order to have an opinion, you have to have experiences. And AI is not having experiences. It's just taking experiences from elsewhere and putting them together in a meaningful way. But until it starts to have its own experiences and can build on that wealth of experience, I don't think it has an opinion. But I do believe that we're going to continue to get AI podcast type things. And if we're going to continue to get them, make them sound as good as they can be. You know what I mean? And also, like I said before, I also think that a lot of the podcasts I'm hearing have, if not all AI guests, some. I could be wrong about that, but a lot of these guests on some of the podcasts I listen to are sounding a bit AI-ish. I can't prove it, but hey, it's there. So this, like I said, this is a good thing. If you're going to do this kind of thing, you may as well make the voices as good as possible. And that seems to be what Meta is trying to do with this new acquisition here. It says that they've acquired their whole AI team will be coming to Meta, which begs the question, where is everybody else going? They got the can. Oh, I said, oh, they got the can. Oh, boy. They got canned. They got the axe. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. On to the next one. All right, Amazon invests into a second round of investments into Anthropic. I didn't even know they had an initial round of investment. At least I didn't remember when I read this story that they had an initial round of investment in Anthropic. I think that's super interesting. When a company decides to put money into an AI company and they're already running their own AI, I think that's awesome. Meta AI. Oh, where we got here? No, Amazon. I thought I had this story up, you guys. My bad. Oh, let's pull it up here. All right, so this is coming from Tom's Hardware here, and Amazon's $8 billion Anthropic investment. Like I said, this makes sense to me. To invest more money into AI because you want to improve AI, even though they have their own AI that they're trying to push. So it's kind of like they're not making the decision to compete or benefit. They're deciding to do both. They want to compete in the AI space with their own AI. I think, is Meta Llama or is Amazon Llama? I think. Who's using Llama? Yeah, Meta. So Meta's using Llama. Amazon has what is Amazon? I forgot what their AI is called. Let's look at that. Oh, so Q is their assistant, but I don't know what the underlining technology. If you guys know what Amazon's thing is, throw it in the chat for me. I think Amazon is is it? No, Grok is X, right? Dave says he doesn't know why someone hasn't named their AI company Skynet yet. No one would invest. Based on the name alone, no, it's awesome. No one would invest. Has Amazon gone? I know Amazon had a name for their AI. I guess it's just Q now. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Through any event, like I said, it's a smart move for Amazon to decide that they want to compete and to kind of like invest in AI. And Anthropic is a good company to invest in. We were talking about Anthropic as well with their Claude AI on Friday's show, and how developers were testing it, and there was a study that was put out recently that suggested that AI slowed developers down. Not developers, but slowed. I guess they're developers. If you're coding, you're a developer. AI slowed developers down about 19% in their productivity. So yeah, like I said, pushing the technology forward and competing, like it's they're doing what Amazon does. They're putting their eggs in multiple baskets. So that's kind of what you should do, right? All right, our last tech story of the day. It's not really a tech story, but we're gonna watch. I haven't seen this, so we're gonna watch this together. Donkey Kong Bonanza launch clip. So, I'm a big Switch fan. I'm a big Nintendo fan. Not really. I said Switch. I'm not a Switch fan at all. I'm just a Nintendo fan. Whatever they're using to put games out on, I wanna be on board. But they put out a little snippet of a really anticipated game that's coming up for the Switch 2. Donkey Kong Bonanza. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at it. It's a 19-second clip. Oh boy. It's a 19-second clip, and let's. I can't. Oh boy. I need headphones for this. All right, chat. Give me a second. We're getting to the Donkey Kong. One momento. Let's get to the chat while this does this. Using Google Photos lets you swap platforms with no hassle. Yes, that's one of the reasons I loved it, because I'm platform agnostic. I don't care what platform I have. I'm going with the best option available. You know what I'm saying? Just like with eInk. I'm going with the platform that's the best platform available for what I want to do. I don't care who it comes from. The Rock says, no, what the heck is this crown icon? The crown icon is something that new that Google's doing for. It's supposedly a top fan icon. So it basically what it does is it just tracks how many times you comment in chat, and then it adjusts your ranking. I don't know, man. I literally saw this Friday when I did the stream. I was like, oh, this is new. Dex has been on life support for years. And he also says, this is coming from The Rock, we have so much spare compute power in phones. It's really not to use it as a desktop. It's silly not to use it as a desktop, especially in lower income communities. It's a very capable desktop computer. Yeah, absolutely. Phones are underutilized, and I mean, if you think of people say this all the time, but we got to the moon on less power that's in our phone. Well, less compute power that's in our phone. You know what I'm saying? A lot can be done with a cell phone. A lot could be done with a cell phone. I mean, especially with the iPhone and the iPad combination now. Aaron in the chat uses his iPhone for or his iPad for editing. We were talking about how he uses his iPhone and iPad together, and I know that you can use your iPhone as a camera and use the iPad as the capture device for what's being captured on the phone live. And it has software where you can manipulate the footage if you have multiple iPhones capturing footage live. Phones are underused. We're basically using them to go on Instagram. Mr. Media says AI forming their own opinion is how the Terminator started. Yeah, but you know what? I mean, I take that. We need safeguards, right, on this AI. We definitely need safeguards on AI. But we're getting there. What else we got here in the chat? I think we're caught up. Okay, I think we're caught up to the chat. All right, and also I think all set with the headphones. So let's go ahead and check out this. I'm not all set with the headphones. I was supposed to be all set with the headphones. Chat, what am I doing? Okay, here we go. I turned the headphones on, and then I turned them off again. I'm not very good at my job. I'm getting better though. Okay, let's go to the sound. Oh, all right, we're good with sound. Let's go ahead and check out this Donkey Kong Bananza clip. Okay, so wow. Okay, so 5 a.m. this morning, this was put out there. So 3 days, we're getting Donkey Kong Bonanza. I mean, that was very unimpressive. They could have skipped that. I'm not gonna hold you. They definitely could have skipped that. What do we got here in the chat? Aaron says, I use my iPhone as my cam. You can have a multi-cam setup with just phones. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons I would love iPhones as my stream setup. You know what I mean? That would be just have an iPad right here to control it all. Have iPhone there, maybe a side iPhone, and then an iPhone for devices. Hold on, I think I can throw the iPhone. Oh, there we go. This is the. All right, can we even hear me? All right, yeah. This is the view of the xTool from the iPhone. So the iPhone just connects to not Discord but OBS. But I would love to just use iPhones for all of this because it's so easy to switch between them, and the video quality is good enough. I mean, you get almost no bokeh. You get no bokeh, and I gotta have the bokeh. You can't do a show without the bokeh. I gotta have it. iPhones, no bokeh. So yeah, I won't do that. But all right, well, that's what we got here. I think we're done with the news stories here. Now we're gonna move on to just conversation pieces. You know what though? We may be able to run this right now. We're gonna do a conversation piece thing. We're testing right now, chat. This is a test, okay? Things may go horribly wrong right now, but we gotta find out. We gotta find out, chat. Events. Oh boy. So we're gonna try. Where is it at? Oh, event channel. All right, there we go. Okay, so I'm setting up. Okay, is my mic? Yeah, my mic should be on. Is the mic on? It probably is. It is. Okay, good. All right, so what I've done is I've gone ahead and set up an event for us right now. If you're in the Discord, you can jump into this event thing right here. I'm going to have a couple topics that are going to be conversational pieces. I'm going to bring up one. If you're in the Discord, or if you hear a topic that you think, oh, I have something to say about that, I want to chime in, then you can hop into the Discord, go to the events channel, and or you can just file into the events channel right now and hang out. But if you're in the events channel and you hear something that I say, you can throw your hand up, and I'll have this up. And what we'll do is we'll switch over to Discord, and I'll give whoever has something to say a couple minutes to get off what they want to get off, and then we'll get back to the normal conversation. And then I'll do that a few times if anyone's in there. And the hands up feature is an option. If you right click your name while you're in the events channel, you should get the option to throw your hand up so I can see that. So if you're interested in like a call in type of situation, and you have something to say, you want to say it, jump in Discord. Link is in the description of the video. Jump into Discord. Jump into the events channel, and you'll have an opportunity to do that. All right, let's get to the things. So, what's the deal with retro screens? So, I'm seeing a lot of news about people using retro screens for a lot of things. Retro screens for gaming, retro screens for just their work, like productivity. And I'm wondering what's the big deal about retro screens right now? You can also throw this in the chat. We can do this the normal way. You can throw this right in the chat. But if you have an opinion on this, I'd love to hear it, okay? And that's what I want to know. What's the deal with retro screens? That's the first thing. The second thing we have up here is second brain systems aren't new. We've been doing it since we invented writing, right? I mean, as soon as writing was invented, like second brain systems were essentially created right then. Because think about it, writing was, from my understanding, writing was created to calculate things, right? We wanted to calculate or tabulate stockpiles of grain, stockpiles of this and that, money. All those things were is what we wanted to keep track of, and we couldn't keep track of who owed us 10 bales of barley from 6 months ago. If you're loaning barley out to anybody, you don't know who and how much you loaned it to, but if you could tabulate it, you know how much you own, or how much who owes you. If you could tabulate it in a storehouse where you keep your store piles of grain, you know how much you have in there at any given time. Tabulation was the creation of the second brain system in my mind. Am I wrong about this? Let me know. Let me know. What else we got here? Using Notebook LM to watch YouTube. I learned that people are watching YouTube, or actually they're not watching YouTube in Notebook LM. They're just throwing the YouTube links into Notebook LM, having Notebook LM summarize it, and then give them a podcast on the video. And I'm like, what's the point? Just watch I can see if it's a 2-hour long video. Fine, cool, I get it. But YouTube videos typically 15, 30 minutes. Come on, chill out. I don't get it. So any of those things anyone wants to chime in on? Or anything else that we talked about that you want to chime in on? Jump into Discord, throw the hand up. I got you. Let's get to the chat real quick. While we do that, Owen, how's it going, Owen? Thanks for joining. Owen says retro screens are a thing because people are finally starting to germinate the idea that chronic online presence is a bad thing. So we're peeling back. Oh, okay. I get that. I get that wholeheartedly. A lot of people talk about the intentionalness of using an eInk device. And I'll even take this further. I was having a conversation with someone recently about eInk devices, right? And I had the Nomad, and I was like talking about the Nomad and kind of like, demonstrating its functionality and kind of trying to explain to someone who doesn't know what eInk is or digital note taking is, trying to explain what those benefits are. They weren't trying to hear it at all. But in my explaining to them this, I realized that I realized I had a good way of explaining it. So one of the biggest things about using one of these eInk devices here, and we'll just put it down here. One of the biggest things about doing that is that, can we get down here? Wait. One of the big things about using an eInk device, especially one like the Nomad here that doesn't have a front light, is that when you turn it on, it's not instantly distracting to anyone around you. There's no glow of light coming off of it, right? So it's not distracting to anyone around you. It's akin to you opening a notebook page, right? I mean, it's kind of the same thing. So you don't get that illumination. It doesn't distract you. Also, I don't get notifications on here. I don't get notifications on here for anything, right? I mean, there are no apps that can take my mind away from what I'm doing. If I take my phone out to take a note, my intention is to use my phone to take a note, right? But the thing is, other things happen. A notification will come in. I want to check it. I'll see the last thing that I had up, and I'm like, oh, I was doing that. Let me finish. There's a lot of things that can happen on the way to getting something done on your phone. And this will be all my fault. This is the phone's fault. So don't misunderstand me. I understand it's all my fault because I can just ignore all of that and get right to what I'm doing. But the point is, you have to contend with that, right? It's something to contend with. You don't get that with an eInk, with a Supernote device that I typically use for all my initial note taking, second brain, if you will. So, I mean, that is something that just doesn't happen because I know what I want to do. And not only that, getting back to something that you were doing is way easier, well, for me on the Nomad than it is on my phone if I was doing anything else, because I mention this all the time, but on the Supernote, you get the quick access menu here, and you can put, 8 notes or folders or files or documents here that you frequently use, or you can just change it out every day, right? You can swap out those notes that you use frequently, like, okay, I know I'm going to be using this, and that, and this today. So let me just make sure I have those in my quick access. So when I want to flip back and forth between these, they're there. I got them. Jay, what's going on? Thanks for joining, Jay. So it's just one of those things that makes it super convenient and super easy to get into without having to contend with anything else. Like the only thing I'm contending with at this point is just my ability to write the idea or the thought down. So that's the big deal. That's the big thing for me. So I get why people may want that kind of experience on their work computer. Even gaming, right? Like the mobile gaming, people are going to the retro, maybe because it's not their phone, right? You know, I mean, I think any device would do that. If any handheld device, like maybe a Switch or Steam Deck, right? Would do well. Maybe not the Steam Deck. It's essentially just running Windows. I could be wrong, but no, it's running Steam OS. So the point of the matter is, you can get a similar experience from other things, but I totally get why people would do that if that's the reason they're doing. So thanks for that. I appreciate that, Owen. Let's get to the chat real quick. Retro screens are sometimes used in competitive gaming since Street Fighter, e.g., was developed for a certain resolution and frame rate. It's how you get frame perfect moves. Interesting. Thank you. Owen also says, I think the next move for phones is going to be phones that use eInk because of that intentionality. We're waiting for a good one. I think Onyx probably has the best chance of doing that right now. We're going to see tablets using OLED and our phones being more basic appearance handsets. Do you think that we will still have an app store? Like a global app store where everything is at and you go and download any app. Is that kind of app store in the future for that kind of phone, do you think, Owen? Conversely, I think AR is finally going to come into its own now that battery technology is getting better, and Apple, Microsoft, and Google all launch AR glasses. Absolutely. AR is, when those three companies are making the same kind of device, it's now mainstream. AR is definitely mainstream. I've, like I said in many live streams before, I've used a few headsets with screens in them, and I'm telling you, I definitely think that is the way to go. I definitely think that is the way to go. I've seen it and used it. It works really well. So I know the technology is good. And like I said in Friday's live, that was from a company that wasn't very well known. It probably doesn't have the backing that a Google or an Apple would have, and the funds available to make it happen. So this is a company, a very small, not well-known company, made something really good. I know the big companies can do something at least as good, if not better. Jay says, Monday stream. No doubt. I'm super happy to be back in the Monday stream. All right. So, but no one chimed in about the Notebook LM. No one chimed in about the second brain system. Like, and I brought up the second brain system because people are talking. Like, I hear a lot of people talking about, I just stumbled upon the second brain. Like, dude, if you've written a note in your life, that's second brain, bro. that's second brain. Like, let's not make it like this is new here. If you've ever taken a note in your lifetime, you've used a second brain system. So let's not misunderstand that. In my opinion, am I wrong, chat? How do we feel about that? What's the overall opinion on that? My opinion is we've been using second brain systems since we've been writing, since we invented writing to tabulate stuff. That was the initial inception of second brain. So to hear people like, oh, yeah, this guy came up with the second brain system. What dude? Unless he died over 100,000 years ago. Like, I don't understand that. Jay says, I tried Notebook LM and was frustrating enough that I wrote rectangle file. There you go. Well, there you go, Jay. Whatever the motivation was, bro, I'm glad. I'm super happy you did it. In terms of App Store, I think it's going to evolve because they're going to have to build apps for handsets and for AR that aren't so much distracting like gaming, but augment your experience. Well, I agree with one aspect of that. I wholeheartedly believe that our phones won't be what we're doing like we do it now. It will be, I think our phones, to Owen's earlier point, I think our phones to, who said it? Let me see, let me go back here and see who said this. No, The Rock said this. The Rock said we have so much spare compute power in phones, it's silly not to use it as a desktop. And that's where I see our phones, what our phones becoming into. When we do evolve into that future that Owen's talking about, I think our phones will be the central place for that. It'll be, we'll be able to have it on us. We'll be able to dock it and do computing things, but it's going to be the thing that connects us to the thing that we're using all the time, which is going to be the headset, guaranteed. I've been saying this since I've had these meta glasses, that AI in the headset is the best implementation of AI yet. It beats the pen, it beats the watch. Nothing can compete with and a pair of head or eyeglasses for AI manipulation and AI communication. I think that's going to be the way. Dave says, agree on your definition of second brain. Thank you. Thanks, Dave. I definitely think that the people are hearing second brain for the first time and like, oh, what's that? That's new. No, it's not new, bro. It's not new. There's nothing new about writing notes so you can remember later. That's nothing new about that. We've been doing that since that was the reason we invented writing. So yeah, nothing new here. Nothing new. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. All right, let's go on to the eInk news we got for today. All right, now stop me if I'm wrong, chat. Stop me if I'm wrong. But I turned on, well, granted, I turned the Wi-Fi off on my devices to sync between them, so there's no funny stuff happening. I do it with Supernote and I do it with Onyx because I've had problems with both. So, but apparently I forgot to turn my Wi-Fi back on the 10.3 the last time I did that, and I saw an update this morning. So let me know if I'm wrong about this update. Okay, chat. Let's talk about it. It looks like there's this update. I want to check out what the actual changelog is. Now, for the last few updates I've gotten on my Boox devices, the changelogs have been anemic, minuscule. They've been lacking, for lack of a better word. So let's go ahead and check that out here. I had to accept a user agreement after that update. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, here we go. Okay, so yeah, again, so no change log on the new update. But if I'm wrong, if this is not a new update, you guys let me know. So The Rock says no change log. Update is a bit old, maybe a month. Okay, whoa. Oh, a little less than a month. So about 3 weeks. So this is about 3 weeks behind. It just says fixes unknown issues and improved system stability. So nothing new. Okay, good. So we got no new updates to talk about. Let's move on. Books back to school for July 10th to August 10th. Did we know that? Let's talk about it. So Onyx apparently has a back to school sale going on. I had no idea. They even did a back to school sale. Let's take a look at here. So Boox 2025 back to school sale kicks off July 10th. So this promotion goes through July 10th to August 10th. So about a month worth of savings. I really just want to go check this out. I've never thought this was a thing. Did you guys know this? Did we know that there was a back to school sale going on? Oh, I'm sorry. All you got to do is go to the website. It shows you right there. So back to school. Special education pricing is what they have on their site here. And I'm digging that. I love that. You know what? That makes me feel good. That really does. Because at least it says that Onyx knows that, or at least they want students to be inspired by their devices and use their devices, right? whether it's happening or not is a different story. But it seems like they know students do, and they're advertising for that. I've been saying that for a long time on the channel, and I'm super happy that they have something like this going. Let's look at what's on sale here. We got the Note Air 4C. We got the Palma 2. Note Max. Okay. And the Ghost. Oh, wow. These are all new devices. Let's see what the Note Max is going for right now. Now might be the time. Now might be the time. So you save, what, $60? So you're saving $60 on the Note Max? Okay, that's not for nothing. That is not for nothing. Let's see what we got here on the Note Air 4C here. Oh, jeez. That was the wrong one. We can't. Oh, wow. You got to grab the page? Come on. Add scrolling to this trash. What are we doing? So we're saving $20 on the Note Air 4C. Oh, that's less impressive. But still, it's something. That Note Max, though, not for nothing. That's $60 off. That's not bad. Go Color 7? Well, okay, you're saving, what, $50 on the Go Color 7? That's not for nothing either. That's impressive. Oh, that's the Go Color 7. I think that's last year's. Okay, that's not the new one. Okay, never mind. That's not the new one. But that Note Max deal is good. I'm not gonna hold you. That Note Max deal is pretty impressive. Pretty good. What are we thinking, chat? What do we think? We impressed by do they do this all the time? Am I just realizing this, or is this the first year they've done this? Let's get to the chat real quick here. My Boox Note Air C just updated last night. None of my Boox devices have had a great changelog lately. Yeah, same here, Alex. Thanks for joining, by the way. And yeah, I don't think it definitely hasn't been a month since but you know what? They do push out the updates in waves for Onyx devices, Onyx Boox devices. It's not like they push an update and everybody gets it at the same time like most companies do. It's in waves. Like I remember getting an update once, and one of the viewers commented, and it was legit a month before they got the update that I was talking about. So that could happen. Owen says, dude, Boox are absolute dog water for fulfillment orders. It took near 2 months for me to get my Tab XC. What? Listen, I sometimes take a week. The latest has been like 2 weeks to get out an order that I had. I don't feel bad anymore. 2 weeks is nothing compared to the 2 months. I don't feel bad at all anymore. Jay says, there's a ton of college kids asking for recommendations for eInk devices for school on Reddit. Nice. That's what's up, man. The person I was talking to about the Nomad is an admin. I was surprised that they weren't even interested. Like, it wasn't even like, nah, not me. Max, what's going on? I discovered Obsidian and start thinking this could be the ultimate second brain, especially combined with eInk. Obsidian is good. I've been dabbling with it. I haven't got my brain totally wrapped around it yet and how I want to import my information to it to test it out. But the mind mapping is good there. Now, something I noticed about the mind mapping for Notebook LM, it's not good for your notes, but it's certainly good if you want to look at the mind map of a document that you input into it. Or if like if there was a 2-hour video, right, that you wanted to look at on YouTube, you throw that into Notebook LM, it creates a mind map of the video telling you how all the information connects. Now that's super useful. Obsidian can't do that. But Obsidian works well on your notes, and it does mind mapping better, in my opinion. Ed put me on to Obsidian's mind mapping and how it was better than Notebook LM. So kudos to Ed for knowing things. Ed knows stuff. Jay says, I wouldn't buy a Go Color 7 in 2025 when the Gen 2 is out. Yeah. And yeah, they almost never run sales like this. Yeah, I've never seen it. And the fact that 3 of the 4 devices that are on sale are new. I'm shocked. Super shocked. Duroc, I see a Reddit thread saying there was an Onyx 2024 back to school sale. Okay. So maybe it is something they do annually. I just never noticed it. I never even imagined that they would do it. Max says Obsidian separates handwritten and typed PDF layers, turns mind maps flows into mermaid tiny markdown files, search that you can search instantly, and it auto links everything. Yeah, like I said, Ed put me onto how good the mind maps in Obsidian was, and I didn't know it could get that good, but it's good. It's definitely good. And better than the mind maps. It can't even compete. Like the mind maps in Notebook LM can't compete with the mind maps in Obsidian. But like I said, to me, where the mind maps in Notebook LM shines isn't in your data. It's in seeing how someone else's data connects. Like you throw someone else's work in there, so you can get a feel for what they're thinking and what kind of data they're working with. Even video, it's beautiful for videos. Like instructional videos and stuff like that. Yeah, throw that into Notebook LM. Look at the mind map. You'll be amazed. Are we expecting any competitors for the XC? Not yet. Not well. Yeah, the Wacom variant, which I'm totally expecting to come. When they make a Wacom variant of the XC, like a big Note Max with color. That's gonna be the one. Max says he's responding to Jay. Mr. Media, I have had people tell me for the price of eInk, they would rather just buy an iPad. And see, that's the problem. It's just people don't know, Aaron, and it's like they don't know the benefits of eInk. They just like, oh, it's just stuff appearing on screen like an iPad would, and it looks worse. They don't know the physicality of it. That it's like it's physical pigment being moved around the screen. You don't need a light for it. They don't know the battery savings, right? So it's hard to convince someone who doesn't know the finer details of eInk that eInk's cool. That's the hurdle right now. Duroc says, depends on use case. I think most people use tablets as media consumption devices, and eInk is not good at that. No, it's not. It's not. And it's so hard to get people to not think of tablets as consumption devices. That may be another hurdle. But as a connected paper replacement, eInk blows tablets out of the water without a doubt. Like there's no comparison, bro. That Note Max C isn't coming out. Oh, don't say that, Aaron. Don't put that negative energy in the world. We need it. I do. That's my hang up on the Tab XC. It's like, Alex says, I saw the sale last year. However, I need better purchase protection, so I buy from Amazon. That's what I do too. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you, Alex. That's why I waited for the waited to buy the Go Color 7 to use it, because I was waiting for it to come to Amazon. Like I don't want to deal with. I would deal with them in a case like this to where you're getting a substantial discount, but other than that, no. But even now, like you said, it's kind of sketchy, and I can understand your hesitance. I would prefer to go to AliExpress over direct from Boox. Wow. That's saying something. The Rock says, for example, currently using Go 10.3 as a better notepad to design and markup and an end table I'm building. I exclusively use Boox devices for drawing. I don't use paper for drawing anymore. I would never draw on an iPad. Just the feel of it and the accuracy, because maybe it's accurate, but not as accurate as Wacom. So and plus Onyx has added tools to make it super compelling to use your device to make blueprints. It's good. It's much better than what I did on a tablet or laptop, says The Rock. I agree, The Rock, 100%. Owen says it makes sense. Gen Z isn't interested in anything that makes TikTok look crappy right now, without a doubt. Aaron says there are a lot of people who don't write. They use type input instead of write. Yeah, and that's a thing too. I mean, so you have to be someone who's writing, right, for it kind of to make sense, because otherwise there are way better typing experiences out there. I don't care what anyone says about typing on an e-ink device, it ain't good. So there's way better typing experiences out there. Dave says I'm still beating the drum for the Bursim screen protector for the XC Note Max C. Voila. Okay. If something good comes that makes that surface better, again though, it's not going to change the accuracy. And I get it. The Tab C seems to be more accurate than the Go 7. It ain't touching Wacom though. So it's a two-pronged thing for me. It's the accuracy of Wacom plus the writing experience, the writing feel. I need both. Duroc says, I rarely write myself, but draw, design, and iterate. Really hard to do quickly on a computer. Absolutely. The editing alone that you can do on an e-ink tablet for that kind of thing on Duroc is just so... The time savings, man. You know what I'm saying? The paper saving, the time savings, it's just the money savings. It's tangible. Aaron, no, that's iPad. That's iPad is just as good. The iPad is just as good as Wacom. Do you think so, Aaron? You know what? I haven't had any of the last 2 generations of the iPad. So I'm speaking from old experience. So maybe I need to get myself caught up. I'm going to go steal Amy's iPad. I wish they did profiles on iPads. No, that's what else we got here? Yeah, David, you aren't selling all your boxes. Yeah, Dave. Big up to Dave. Dave's on the show, headed to California. So safe travels to Dave. Get there safely. Have a good time, my man. I love California, by the way. So you're going to one of my favorite places in the world. And Dave said Dave was upset the other day. He was in Discord like, I'm selling everything. Did you get the search thing fixed, Dave? How'd that work out for you? Sheeing says, Sheeing, what's going on? How's it going? Thanks for joining. I can't type, so writing is the way to go for me. That's my thing too. I can't type. That's why I have to write. Dyslexia? Okay. And yes, Berseum all the way. What else we got here in chat? Put an example of blueprinting design on Discord. Oh, chat live. Oh, yeah, cool. Let's check that out. See, that's the thing, man. Oh, yeah. See, I got many. I wonder. I won't show this on live, but I have many drawings like this. There we go. I have many drawings like this because I do a lot of blueprinting. I do a lot of prototyping and iterating. Like you said, iteration after iteration. And it makes it cool that I can just copy, paste, and make the changes on the... It's just so awesome. It is just so awesome. I love it. M4 iPad. Yes. Okay, M4 iPad. Yeah. Sheen, guess I spent thousands of dollars a year on paper and pens in the past. Done with that. Absolutely, eInk. I've not bought paper since I come up on eInk. I haven't bought ink or pens. I'm saving the planet. I'm saving my eyes some strain. I'm saving some energy. Like the savings, right? The savings are they proliferate through almost every aspect of your life. Anyway. My brother, if I don't think the tactile experience with the pencil stylus on iPad isn't good, I want some of what you're huffing. Well, you know, I don't. Is it good? I have to. I haven't tried it. Now I got to try it, Owen. You've made me feel bad for not trying it. I got to try it now. But again, if the feel is there, the accuracy is there, cool. Duroc says big difference is front lighting. Puts a lot of distance between pen tip and the parallax distance. On dedicated eInk, reducing tip to line distance makes it easier to precisely draw. Not only that, it almost suspends reality. That if you don't get that parallax effect that you get on an iPad, it suspends reality and makes you feel like you're actually writing on something. It's a magical feeling. I won't lie. Alex says, I disagree. I think the Samsung pen is better than the Apple Pencil. And Samsung uses Wacom. Yes. Dave says, search now is hit or miss, but syncing is not working at all. So we'll sync the file, but no contents. I still buy pens, LOL. I think Katie Cakes, who's in the Discord too, she's a pen connoisseur, so she still buys pens, even though she's super big into eInk. On night, it's fantastic. Get the Pencil Pro. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna like cornhole Amy into buying the Pencil Pro so I can try it on her newer iPad. All right, good to go. It's good we got to the end of that. Now, last thing on the docket. Is Viwoods AI Paper Mini better than the Nomad? I don't know. A lot of talk in the Discord has been going on about the Viwoods AI Paper Mini. I didn't even know the Discord was into the Mini like that. I had no idea. It took me by surprise. So now the question is, since a lot of the people in the Discord now have the AI Mini, how do we feel? How does it compare to the Nomad? Writing feel, organization. How does it feel in the hand? A few people in the Discord mentioned how its rounded corners feel better, than the Nomad squared off corners, which is, I would shameless promote this right here, which is why I'm adding and making the Manta spine here. It gives the Manta a rounded edge right where your hand is. So it feels so much better than the squared off. I mean, this feels pretty good because it's kind of tapered, but that squared off edge of this device right here, and it looks so much neater, right? That's just, come on, you guys. That just looks neater. I'm not gonna hold you. Look at this. Just take this out of here. Come on, guys. I won't hold you. Look, I still need to get the precision cut adhesive to put on here. I still need that. But come on, well, yeah. Come on. Throw the hooks in there, snap it down, put the sides in, give it a rub to set the adhesive, and you're all set. You never have to worry about it. You got a nice, soft, rounded edge right here. Got the TPU bumper. Got the, what is this? Oh, that's not TPU bumper, and we got the PLA frame right here to add some rigidity to the whole situation. Oh, man. Okay, anyway, we're done talking about that. But yeah, how do we feel? How does it add up to stack up to the Nomad? I know Dave said he's traveling with his smaller devices now, so I'd be interested to see. Let's go to the chat real quick. Matter of fact, let's pull up the Nomad here, so we can get my mug off the face. I say my face, mug off the face. Off the screen. What are we doing? All right, we got 13 people in here, the highest number we've had yet. Listen, if you're liking the content so far, go ahead and hit that like button for me. And if you want to see more things like this, we're going to do this every day during the week. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can get notified. Or hit that notification. Never mind. Do all the things. Do all the things. Oh, join the Discord too. Discord's in the Discord link in the description. We talk about this kind of stuff all day in there, so join us. All right. I was trying to pull up a Nomad background. All right, there we go. Had to pull that up. Okay, how do we feel? Let's get the consensus of the chat here. It's not better than the Nomad, says David. The front light app store look and feel are better though. Supernote software much better. Gotcha. Supernote killing it with software. Owen says at print some holes in and secure it with 3M. No. Oh. Okay, you guys are talking about something else? You having a conversation with somebody else entirely? Viwoods Mini is more fun to use than Nomad. What? I wish I had the shaking screen effect going on right now. What? Are you serious, Dave? More fun? Listen, you know what's funny about that, Dave? I literally was going to come on stream today and well, I had planned it, but I totally forgot until you said that. Like, of how fun the Nomad is to use. I love using it. It almost makes me want to use it looking at it. The design, the UI, it just makes me want to use it looking at it. That's super interesting that you would say that, Dave. That's super interesting. More fun to use than the Nomad. That's super interesting. What else we got here? Mini calendar and premium feel of device. Hate myself for loving the backlight. Oh, eInk, you too. What? Jay, the only thing the AI Paper Mini has over the Nomad is one front light, Play Store. As far as I can tell, everything else is worse. Well, the AI Paper SoC might be a little faster. Yeah, that probably is true too. It doesn't feel faster though to me. Well, I mean, I've never used the AI Mini, but the Nomad doesn't feel sluggish. It is a much more premium build than the Nomad. What? I can't believe you people. I feel like I don't know you guys anymore. What? What? I know suddenly jump up 13 views. I don't know what happened, Jay. People. Lunchtime's coming. Sheen says Nomad has better to do and calendar. I've been using the to dos a lot more lately. SD card expansion, modularity, and way better linking and file management. BM, what's going on? Thanks for joining. I like the meeting notes and AI tools. If they can add a few more tools, like this is coming from Aaron. If they can add more tools like indexing, I think I would love it better than Supernote. I can't believe this. The gall. I didn't need all Supernote software. I don't need all the Supernote software. Okay. I do. I need it. Owen says, Rants about Tech. No, I was talking about your mod to round the edges. Print the ventilation in and secure it with 3M. Ooh. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, that's a good idea. She says, David, I am now calling the Viwoods from calling these VWs. You know what? When I first saw VW in the Discord, I thought you guys were talking about Volkswagen. I'm not gonna hold you. I thought the conversation was about Volkswagens, and that's what Jay. The next chat said just that. Jay said Volkswagens. That's what I thought. Cool. You know what? We need a Volkswagen of eInk anyway. Viwoods, the Volkswagen of eInk. You know what's so funny? Volkswagens are made by Porsche. It's like their less expensive line of car. So the point, I guess, is to say is Volkswagens are really well made. They're made by really good German engineers who do Porsche. David says that the Nomad is fun too, just limited. Thanks for saying that. I appreciate that. Mr. Media, it has a fire calendar app. Yes. Yeah. I do love the calendar app on the Viwoods. Like I mentioned that on the full size Viwoods tab. It's good. The software they've been releasing and updates they've been putting out have been top notch lately. I got to give it to them. You have to really use the mini, and you have to use the tools it has and not complain about what it's missing. Me not complained? I have adapted my workflow to its strength, and it works great, no doubt. Dave says, talking to eInk. Owen says, VW Group is Porsche, VW and Skoda. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when I found that out about almost 20 years ago now. A friend of mine had kept buying Volkswagen Rabbits, and I'm like, what's up with you and the Volkswagen Rabbits? They were like, it's the I can't afford a Porsche. I'm like, what are you talking about? They both have their use cases. VWs is better for some, similar to the way that Remarkable is, no doubt. They all have their pros and cons, right? Wow, Viwoods are good for entry users. That's interesting. Would you? Because that's how I see Remarkable right now, is for entry level users. And like for widestream, mainstream adoption. So for eInk, do you see Viwoods being more entry level than even Remarkable? Or would you even consider Remarkable entry level? What do we think? Oh boy, I didn't check there we go. Currently at the step of edging, turning glue panels for the carcass. Oh snap! Getting busy. I like the shop. I want one of those cork backgrounds. I love that cork background. You got all your tools on back there. I think this came from was this Owen? Oh no, it's not Owen. Oh, why is the streamer motivated? Oh, I can see it. Who is this? Okay, because I have my stream thing on, it won't say the name, which I think is a cool feature, but whatever. It makes it hard to know who sent it. What else we got here? No Remarkable wins the entry level contest. Okay, that's coming from Jay. Except please give me the ability to write on the day view. Yeah, that's what I want for Supernote. None of them let you do that. It's so weird that they won't let you do that. Remarkable, eInk says Remarkable is more entry level than Viwoods, but Scribe is even more entry. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Cool.
This device isn't set up yet.
Oh, thank you, Google.
Use the Google Home app on a phone or tablet.
Google's talking out of turn. Whatever I did, she made me do it. Oh boy. All right. I think that's going to be it, you guys. That's going to be it for today's show. Now, I had a few more things planned for today's show. We're going to get this. I'm going to keep the. We're going to keep the. Where is it at? The events channel going for each live. And like I said, when you're in the events channel, if you join the Discord during the live, and you're in the events channel, I'll pick. And you have your hand up in the events channel, letting me know you want to say something. I'll pick from that group of people, and you can say, you have an opportunity to say what you want to say, kind of like a call-in show, Mrs. of instigating, absolutely. So that's going to be one of the things I'm going to start adding to the show. So we're going to keep that going for every live until we get that up and running like we want it to. And also we're going to add more segments to the live, like a use case segment. So we're going to add a lot of things to the live, and they'll be coming over the coming days and weeks that we get back into this daily live kick that we're doing. So, oh snap, Matrix join the Discord. Thanks, Matrix, for joining the Discord. Appreciate you for being here. All right, let me get this music on so we can get out of here, you guys. Oh, where is it at? Bam. All right. So again, tomorrow we're going to be talking about more tech news. We're going to start at 10 a.m. So that's going to be the time for now. 10 a.m. sounds really good. It felt good doing it today. And that's the same time we were doing it before. So we're going to keep it from 10 a.m. till about 11. I'll have a more like rounded show and a more on schedule show, because I'm hoping to end at 11. Start at 10, end at 11, be in and out in an hour. It'll be good. It'll be good. So thanks to all you for joining. Thanks to the new member in the Discord. Thanks for everyone who joined me in the Discord today. Again, thanks to all the first and last time viewers if you're watching this in the replay. Thanks for all the people who joined the chat today. I appreciate you. Let's get a round of applause for you guys. I really do appreciate you guys making the chat what it is, engaging in the conversations and the stories that we bring up here. It makes the chat way more interesting. So I appreciate you guys. Yeah, we back to daily live, so I appreciate it. Again, tomorrow 10 a.m. and I will see you guys then. Take care. Until then, peace. Oh, 3D print tips tomorrow. No games. We doing the 3D print tips. All right.
you